I'm Sean. You're watching Hacking Patina. And we had to hack into this gas tank for this DJ-3A. Guys, these are hard to find. This size, the specs, the 2 1/4 inch input. It's a tough tank to find. You got to hold on to them. This one's in really good shape. There's not any rust in there, but it did have its problem. Hence why I had to get my hand in here. So this is just a quick video of what I found, what I diagnosed, and some suggestions for you guys. One, the pickup tube line was completely clogged. I failed to check that. My bad, my problem, my ignorance. I painted it up, I got it nice and pretty, and I was ready to test it, and I said, Sean, I was ready to put it in there. I said, Sean, throw some air down that pickup line before you get this all assembled up and see if it blows. See if it goes through. And sure enough, it was clogged. Tighter, it was clogged up tighter than Toby's assets on colonoscopy day. So, a fellow had to get in there and say, what do you do? Well, you can't get your hand in there to get down to the pickup line. So I was like, I'm not going to buy a new tank. You can't get them. I'm not going to fabricate one. I'm not a fabricator. I don't have that resource. So I just chopped it open. I know I could weld it back together. We do it all the time. You know, they're welded all the time. So that's what we did. We chopped it open. Pulled out, unclogged. The filter was trash. I ordered a new 5/16. Those pickup lines in that tank is a 5/16 line. You can pick up an inexpensive screen that sits in the bottom of that pickup line that sits on the bottom of the tank. Got a little screen so you don't suck up all the junk might be in the bottom of those tanks. Picked up one of those 5/16 screens. It's on the way. It's coming from the interwebs. Okay? Can't get that locally. So the other issue was I saw that the float cork. This is the sending unit. This is a gas tank sending unit, guys. Right? Empty, full, empty, full. Well, it's a resistance on this. It's a really simple device. It's by resistance. It gives us ohms. 75-ish to 90 in the empty position and up to about 8 to 12 in the full position. I'm going to show you that. But anyway, as you can see, the cork is all mucked up. It's got as much varnish, old gas varnish on there. So that thing was just going to sink anyway. So that's a sink and float. That's not going to work, right? But the point of this little video is to demonstrate that, hey, these things look bad, but for a few bucks, a new float, test your sending unit, guys, before you go ahead and just toss it out. I just wanted to toss it out, but then I was like, let's test this and see how it goes. Okay, so that's what we're going to just do a quick video on here. Testing your sending unit, right? And see if it works. I cleaned up some of this, clean up the rust off these, and clean up so you can make a good contact, right? Clean it up a little bit. But we're going to check the ohms, okay? The horseshoe, right? We're checking resistance on this. We're going to put the positive side to the indicator lead here. That would run to the fuel gauge, right? This is your sensor lead, runs to the fuel gauge. And then these just get grounded to themselves, okay? So we're going to ground to itself here. Okay, we got our positive, we got our negative. Okay? And like I said, when we're empty, we should be somewhere around 75, 80 to 90 ohms. Okay, this is the empty. Down is empty. You should be able to see that here on the meter. We're reading 78, 77, 78. And as we move up the gas line up, you can see the decrease in resistance. We should be sitting around 9-ish, 10 on the full. Okay? This one works, guys. Back down to 75, 72, 75. Feel like my fingers are slipping. Full, 8.5, and anywhere in between, okay? You're going to get a reading to measure your line. Wanted to point this out, guys, just to say, test your sending units before you go dropping money in and getting some new modern China or some other kind of version that might be out on the markets. Give them a check. Give them a chance.